When I joined the Atlanta Pipe Band in 1984, we were sort of a middling grade 4 pipe band. And I say middling, I think my first exposure was when we were competing in Charleston that year in 1984. And we could barely make the required number of sides to compete, and I think we even had to we had to use a tenor drummer to play side just to make the minimum number. Fortunately for us, we were able to tie for first place. But that was a long time ago, and pipe bands and the Atlanta Pipe Band have come a great deal of distance since the 80s. I think the band is thrived mainly because it is a group of people who generally like each other, have the same drive and ambition competitively, love of music. Quite frankly, I think we all have our own ambitions that are melded as a team, and the team experience certainly manifests itself in the Atlanta Pipe Band.
The music made them proud of their beautiful Isle of Skye, proud of being Scotsmen, proud of belonging to the clan. If music is the nonverbal expression of one's soul, different forms of music speak to each one of us in different ways. For me, when I was younger, I fell in love with the sound of the pipes, of the traditions of the instrument, of the Scottish culture, of the Highland Games and competing, and it's just something that has driven me all my life. Certain individuals have, connections to forward-looking events, forward-looking trends. Some of us feel more connected to the past and wanting to preserve the integrity and purity of some of those traditions and love the constraints that come along with an instrument that only has 9 notes and the challenges that go along with producing this very ancient sound. It's the sound of the bagpipe today, pitch maybe not, being accounted for, is very reminiscent of what you would hear 200 years ago. And it just speaks to old souls. And that's the thing I just absolutely love about it, is that sound just, stirs and reaches into that parts of you that wants to connect with a country and a landscape. The music actually speaks to that landscape and the rain and wearing the kilt and the wool, even though it's sometimes out of place here in America. It really binds us back to this tiny little island and all of the wonderful people that have gone, before us and kept that music alive and tried to perfect it and to make it better. I love carrying that tradition on.
It's become such a huge part of my life. I don't even know how to not play the pipes anymore. I've seriously thought to myself what it would be like to put down the chanter and the bagpipes forever. I'm like, my fingers would just keep going on pencils and everything. I'm like, I can't stop. I don't even know how to stop anymore. I have friends and they go to band and they have their little soccer practices afterwards, but after high school that just kind of dies out, and then they don't do anything. They do Netflix marathons, and I have time for a couple Star Trek episodes, a few times a week, but with band it's always there. When high school ends, when college ends, it's always gonna be there for me because it's such a outside of life kind of thing. It's something that'll always be there, and I honestly don't know what I would do without a band and stuff, because that's my circle of people.
The band is important to me because of the people in the band. I look forward to going to rehearsal on Thursday nights. I know it's unusual maybe to do that, but I love playing with the people, and I like the aspect that the band brings of playing with people of similar level and ability that at the same time as being your competitors in solo events. You can be friends with them in the pipe band, and you're all working together to do this whole thing that we do. The camaraderie is what makes it special, I think.
I have been on a mission to take what I have wanted to see as a method of raising the standard of the band to its logical conclusion. And within the context of the USPBA, we're very fortunate to be at a time now when so many grade 3 bands are pushing the standard, and many of the people that have a lot of experience have chosen to be a part of these lower grade bands in order to broaden the knowledge and broaden the education. I'm trying to take what I've learned in grade 1 bands and through very learned people like Richard Parks and implement a process so that we can just keep pushing the envelope, perfecting the tone, perfecting the music, bringing the unison of the band together, all with the drive to keep this band moving forward, never settling for anything, playing our passion, getting this band up to grade 2 once and for all, and being a part of a thriving Scottish association in the USPBA and beyond in Canada, to where we just keep playing the most exciting music we can, keep educating the people that we can bring into the band, and just keep going, and the sky's the limit.
It's been so incredible having all these younger people come into the band the past 3 or 4 years that reminded me of the experience I had when I first started. When I was a young piper, I went into the pipe band not knowing anyone in the pipe band world, and was welcomed and brought into this pipe band. And I think that attitude that we have of bringing in these young players and promoting their learning and getting them comfortable and getting them to love just playing with all these other bagpipers, I think we need to continue to do that. And so long as we do, I think we're going to continue to be as successful and as well loved as we are.
It's like they're just an extended portion of myself. I don't even know how to put them down. If someone took them away from me, I'd probably, half of me would just die away.